In May last year, my mom had an aneurysm, and she was touch and go for a while. She came back, and then in November, my dad passed away from emphysema. And then in February, my mom was diagnosed with lung cancer that metastasized to her brain, her liver, her lymph nodes, and her bones. And she passed away in April. Once my mom passed away, I became the administrator of the estate, and with having to settle the estate and clean out her house and sell off other property and everything, I became physically fatigued, mentally fatigued, and I just wasn't at the top of my game. I did not feel well at all. My daughter, who was a paramedic, basically talked me into going to the hospital because she said heart attacks manifest differently in women than they do men. And once they figured out that the heart was fine, then they decided to do a chest x-ray. And that's when they found the mass. But when the CT scan came back and kind of really confirmed that it was probably cancer, we just basically laid there and cried because it was so raw for us. I didn't want to believe it because, they tell you to quit smoking, and I did, and it had been 5 years, and it's supposed to extend your lifespan, and here I was, at 53 with cancer, and I wasn't ready for it. And then, they told me that, my mom's story is her story, and my story is my story, and that I couldn't live my mom's story, I had to live my own. I went to Dr. Kulkarni's office, and I felt comfortable because when my mom was in February, he did remove some lymph nodes from her. And I had met him then at the time and was very comfortable with him at the time. And so I was very comfortable with him doing my surgery. And that the way to do it, and he was going to try and do it this way, was what they call the VATS, where it was minimally invasive. And the surgery went great. They removed the whole lung, and the lymph nodes that were removed all showed negative, and that the margins of the lobe were all clean, so that way they got the cancer 100% out. I can't say enough about it. I mean, it was the best experience coming out of a surgery I ever had. And so my hospital stay that was supposed to be 1 day longer got 1 day shorter, and I was able to go home where I was more comfortable. And having the support of somebody there and the support of the staff at the hospital, it meant the world to me. From just losing my mom and dad and me being the head of the family to becoming sickly, it just meant the world to me to have support outside of my immediate family. I mean, I experienced cancer at the end with my mom, and at first that's what I thought. But after going through what I went through, and Dr. Kulkarni told me I can do anything in my life except run a marathon. And so that's what I'm looking forward to, is living the rest of my life, and I want to do more than I had done before. You sit and talk and you dream about traveling and doing things and that, and now I want to make them the reality. I want to make sure that, I hike the national parks and that I get to see them all, and that I get to watch my granddaughters grow and take them camping and hiking and show them the world that I get to see too.